Concerns about age are growing as Biden suddenly leaves a Medal of Honor ceremony, and this is after Mitch McConnell froze up again. And the survey shows 70% of people are concerned about Biden's age, and he's been looking a little more frail, in my opinion, lately. Biden was our politician in a glass case that said break in case of an emergency. And that's exactly what we did when an emergency situation arose with Donald Trump and we made him president. Now the emergency is starting to shift and it's becoming Biden himself, his bad judgment when it's come to technology and cryptocurrency. With coronavirus and J6, we saw the results right then and there. If we could look into the future and see the effects of some of these decisions, we would probably be able to recognize the emergency like I am. And that brings me to today's video topics. Christie, how to win this election. If you do everything I say, you will be the president of the United States. First of all, congratulations on taking my first advice and getting into more detail about your plans for America. You can't just be not Trump. We already have that with Biden. You can't just wait for CNN, who only wants to bring you on for 2 minutes to say something bad about Trump. Even if you do just like Ramaswamy, where you talk to your own camera like I'm doing, that's better than not giving America your position. Well, first of all, as I've already alluded to, Biden's age is concerning a lot of people. You don't need to be rude about it or anything, but you just need to find a way to highlight that you're much younger than Biden and healthier. 2, cryptocurrency. Maybe you're not into it, but the thing is, there's 50 million people in America, 1 in 6 people who directly use it. And then if you expand to include those stocks that are crypto companies like Coinbase stock and GBTC, you're getting into numbers like 1 in every 4, 1 in every 3 Americans have been attacked by Joe Biden. And worse than that, all these loser MAGA Republicans like Jim Jordan, Marjorie Taylor Greene, they are only concerned about Trump. They don't talk anything about something that doesn't involve Trump. They don't talk about it. At minimum, you need to let America know that you're going to at least protect self-custody and end this weaponization of the government against all these crypto companies that are made in USA companies. Not that many things are even made in America, and here Joe Biden is just like shutting down a whole industry in the United States. You're going to catch the attention of up to 25% of Americans with that, and you might even get spots on really popular media platforms like Altcoin Daily. The second thing, it might not be as big as crypto, but the H-1B visa, I mean, people are seeing that this is exploding. We're already up to 600,000 people who have been essentially replaced by H-1B workers because, more people have been laid off in technology than they're bringing in. And when we project out what we expect Biden to do based off the current line on the chart, is going to be 1.3 million people he's brought in instead of hiring Americans at that point by the 2024 election. And if you did it right, I believe this is something that could bring you a ton of Black and Latino voters, because the truth is those Indians and different countries that come in, largely they replace Black and Latino workers. And we need some sort of idea to provide a low-cost education to people instead of always importing so many damn people. And the last thing, this is a big one. You're very uniquely positioned in the Republican Party because Roe versus Wade got overturned. Now, in my personal opinion, Joe Biden could have actually done more, but he purposely didn't because he's thinking, well, wait a second, this is going to get a lot of people out to vote for me. You find the right way to say that, that's going to get a lot of people's attention. I think if you come out with a moderate position on abortion, you could easily win against Joe Biden. And it's pretty easy because we know the opinion of 70% of Americans basically was something like Roe versus Wade, which was conservative to begin with. So you have a unique position where you could say, hey, I'm pro-life, but the thing is, I don't support the married woman who got pregnant and just had a complication in her pregnancy being forced into these bad situations. Or bring up an example like the girl from Ohio who was only like 9 or 10 years old, was a victim of rape and incest. You come out with a position that's largely pro-life, but also at least puts those rape and incest things back in and protects women who are risk their own lives in a pregnancy. I think this will be a victory for you. And lastly, you don't have to worry about Donald Trump. He's going to be disqualified, and he's probably going to be found guilty of maybe not every crime he's indicted for, but probably more than half of them. And you look at his record in court, he lost around 60 cases. He has a 93% loss track record in court. He's not going to get away with all these crimes that he did, and he's going to be found guilty. And on top of that, he's going to be disqualified, not even available on the ballots. If you write his name in, it's just not going to count for anything for the presidency. And I think if you do these things, you will win. You are the right candidate to beat Joe Biden because, with how Biden won, you don't win without pulling over some independent voters, without pulling over some people who are Democrats but in the center. And Nancy Pelosi said we need a strong Republican Party. You look at how weak the Republican Party is right now. We basically have a one-party system and a bunch of lunatics. They're not interested in doing anything for the American people. The only thing they're interested in doing something for is Donald Trump, who then he's only interested in doing things for himself. And this election is going to be decided by the primary. There's no way in hell Trump wins. No independents are going to vote for him. No Democrats are going to switch over for him. If he is on the ballot, a vote for Trump is a vote to lose and cry rigged.